a message just to see what the energies are looking like today. And just a message that we can all just celebrate in, okay? I hope you guys are doing well. As you can see, I'm in the car. I was gonna bring a cell phone stand, and I didn't bring a cell phone stand, so I'm gonna actually set you guys down here on my laptop. So now you're down there, and I'm looking down at you. Anyway, I'm gonna relax, and let's see what the wisdom is. Let's see what magical wisdom we discover today, okay? Together we do it. All right, let me see. Hopefully you can hear me okay. All right, they're showing me 3, basically, I'm just gonna wait a minute. Hold you all in suspense while they're backing up the truck. Okay. So they're showing me 3 tiers, okay? And I'm walking through the center tier. And so that's what I'm doing right now. And it's kind of hazy. It's not as if I'm determined to find my way. I'm just allowing myself to just, kind of like a ghost in a way, just go. Just go where I'm guided. It's almost like my heart has this propulsion, and that energy is what is moving me forward. You know what this reminds me of? And I really want to emphasize this. It's very silent. I want to call it peaceful, but it's not necessarily about being peaceful. It's more dreamlike. But this reminds me of, all right, if you're moving through an energy world, you don't have feet, all right? You don't have to breathe. You don't have to feel the space per se with any type of physical sensations unless you want to. And so moving through an energy space is completely a conscious inspiration. Like, I want this, bam, you get this. So if you don't really know where you're going and it doesn't really matter, you just flow, okay? So like when I'm in a journey state, I just flow. And sometimes I choose to explore certain sounds and certain experiences that I'm picking up on in that energy space. And then I'm in control of, you know, I want to know this, I want to know that. And then I'm in control of what I want to get out of the experience, okay? And so this kind of reminds me of just going, I guess, with the flow, but it's more like a dreamlike experience. So what is it about these 3 tiers? Like, why is that part of what they're showing me, you know? Gotta ask questions. They say, it's like, that's not for you to, it's like, that mystery is not meant to unravel at this time. So I'm just gonna let it go. Alright, now I am much larger than the scene, looking at somebody that is in the center of 3 floors, basically, of reality. And I'm much larger than the scene, so I could even pick up this person in my hand and take a look at them like they're the size of a doll. But I don't do that. But I am watching this person, and I see that they are not sure. They're living with uncertainty. And that uncertainty creates a gray world, a gray reality. And when life is gray, you kind of get sucked into that grayness. And it's like you can't really count on yourself to guide yourself. You need some kind of answer. You need some kind of direction. You need some kind of change. And these times in life, literally, they could really, they could stretch out, you know. It could be a long time like this. I feel a lot more excited. I feel a lot more animated. I feel like I have access to more of the possibilities, whereas this person is basically circulating in a space that has no energies to hold on to. Like, they can't climb out of this one. They can't dig a hole and go down and around. I mean, they literally, all they can do is just linger there. Linger in this energy space. It almost seems like they're trying, spirit realm is really trying to show us, when we're in this human reality, like we see this human reality, we have a relationship with it, but we still have a relationship with an energy reality that we're still 100% a part of, even if we can't perceive it, you know? I was just mentioning just a couple days ago, this was about a session that was a chakra clearing session. Maybe you guys watched it, maybe not, but it was hardcore. I mean, if you watched it, it was hardcore. I just posted a couple days ago. And when we're in a tough spot, okay, when we're going through challenge, our chakras, our energy body space can look like hell, okay? So how do you describe what certain feelings look like? You know, it's like, I feel terrible today. Okay, now tell me what terrible looks like to you, okay? Well, I feel like my soul's being ripped apart. Okay, now in the energy world, there's going to be a reflective reality of what you just said, because you feel like your soul's being ripped apart. Therefore, in the energy reality, on some level, what level? It is being ripped apart, okay? That's why we have to be really self-aware, which is fun. It's actually fun to be self-aware. But they're showing me that sometimes you can get into these nodes where there's just no wind. Like, you can't be in the sailboat in the ocean and there's no wave, there's no wind, there's no movement. But sometimes you get into a space on your path where there's just no wind. So you just be in that time, you know, that time. And circulation of change is inevitable. I mean, change is inevitable. And, okay, let me see what they're saying next. Okay, I'm supposed to emphasize that, again, back to the original conversation about, here we have legs, we walk places. You know, we have hands, we touch things, we have actions that we have to put forward through physical movement, okay? So we tell ourselves to move, we move. It's just kind of an unconscious response. Now, in the energy world, your consciousness guides you. Your consciousness guides you. But we're living in both, okay? We're living in both spaces at the same time. And to be aware of that, okay? Now, we're going to go back and take a look at this guy who is just kind of, I mean, he's kind of ghostly. He's in a great place. There's no wind. There's nothing really there for him to work with. And he's just lingering in this experience, okay? I can't take him out of that reality. I cannot. I'm larger than the scene. I could just grab him up and move him to another space. I literally could just grab him up and move him to another space. The energy says no. And I can't override that no. For me to override when the universe says no, for me to override it, it literally feels absolutely horrifyingly bad. My heart, my emotional gut, I feel like I'm doing a really bad thing. And so I choose not to override no, okay? Not to say, you know, it's possible you could override no. I mean, I don't want to feel that way. I don't want to feel that way. So I accept that. I just accept that. Because I know the universe is wise and it has the balance. Like, it just being in the balance is the best place to be in the energy world and in the human world too. So I just let him. And I hear that what echoes back from really high dimensions is the importance that that soul goes through that experience at that time. And for me to think that, oh, it would be better for this soul to be in a place where he could be happy or she could be doing this or that. It seems like they want more out of life than what they are getting in this space. Oh, I could give that to them. So I am analyzing their situation and I'm saying, oh, what would make them happy would be this. oh, I'm going to try to help you get to that happier place that I feel is the best place for you. And because you seem to feel like it would be good for you too. I feel like I could do that for you. But the energies are saying, no, you cannot do this for this soul. You can't. Because this soul needs this experience no matter what you think. You have to let the soul go through this experience. It's for the best. It's like if we had the power to override the universe to eradicate the process of living here, you know, all of the pain and all of the suffering, like, why can't we just eradicate it? Why can't we override this part of the process, get it out of here, let's clean up this place, and make it a beautiful world already? Because we can't override the balance. If this is the most extraordinary gift, this is the best balance that it could ever be. We can try, but in the end, there's something. I'm gonna chill for a minute. I just want to keep watching this guy. And I know that I can't move him out of this, and I'm okay with that. And I don't want to put my idea into his world to alter his circumstance, because it just doesn't feel right to me. It just doesn't feel right. I have to just accept and allow things to be as they are. Now they're showing me another angle, that if you listen closely enough, you will find that in these moments, these lulls where there's just no wind, that there's major downloads going on, and it's important that there's no distraction from that. No distraction. And I see that it feels like 6 months. And there's been this, what could be change in the wind, where there's literally no wind. And it feels like a really long, drawn out time. But there's major downloads going on. And I'm actually seeing the benefit of this. So constantly being in a place where it's everything you ever wanted isn't necessarily appropriate. We can't comprehend all the very intricate and extraordinary silent events that are going on beneath the surface, you know? And the meaning of it all, you know? It gets under my skin just like everybody else. How and why the world hasn't awakened to the possibilities of working together and actually using our incredible minds and talents and creativities and ingenious ideas and building the strongest of those ideas, putting them out there and building the evolution of our race. We want to build upon our insecurities and avoidances, and we all have them, you know. We don't even realize how deep those things go. And subconscious too. Subconscious. Anyway, it's hard to alter the deeper programs that are just subconsciously there. It's hard to even know what those are. It's hard to even know. That's why being self-aware is so important. All right. So I see this man has grown substantially, and I see that if I were to override the universe to do it my way, it would have been quite selfish of me. And I'm kind of asking then, what's the difference between this energy space, the physical world, and helping each other in the physical world versus helping each other in this energy space? Okay, they show me again the inability to help this soul was for the best, and the soul, based on that download, actually transitioned interdimensionally. I see those 3 floors, energy spaces, start to dissolve, and he literally has circulated the energy around him, digesting the world in a brand new way, and is now existing in a totally different reality. even unaware that this has happened, and just now moving forward as though the wind has picked up again and now my life is in motion. Not even aware of what I saw and what I could have done to change that reality. And if I would have, what would have been the outcome? This was the best outcome, because I let things happen naturally, you know? That's why they say, like, don't save the baby turtles. Like, they have to find their way to the ocean, and it's the strongest survive. And the strongest have to survive, so that the strongest are always the ones that are reproducing. You can't interfere with that. Is it possible that there are many beings that can't interfere with us because we have to do this thing? We have to do this thing, and for them to override the universe, telling them where their part in all of this is, for them to override it and say, oh, well, I'm going to do it my way, and this is what I want to do, is going to not feel very good. And maybe there's something in how they're interacting with us in ways that are in the balance with the universe. Not based on what we want or what we think that we want, but based on what is in the balance, you know? I think this is a pretty interesting conversation. I'm going to let you guys just share your thoughts about this stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being down there with me. Okay. Well, I hope you all have a very beautiful rest of your day. All right. Take care for now, everybody.